Please be in mute. Please be in mute. Be in a calm place. So we will start the session. Everyone, please be in mute. So first of all, I will share you the PPT about the French Revolution. So before going into that, we will see when you are reading the lesson, the French Revolution. Okay, French means France. So something is happening in France. Okay, so what do you mean by revolution first? Then how does this revolution will come? That is the next. So revolution means what? We have seen in the 8th and 7th classes the revolt. 1857 revolt. Have you heard about that?
Yes, ma'am.
1857
Yes, ma'am.
revolt.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So what is the main revolt means? There it can be in the local area or a local town or it in a local places, and it may be for the cause for the whole people. The whole people will revolt for some reason. So what may be the reason? First we have to think. So why there is a revolt? What is the reason? What is the cause? That is the cause. Reason is the cause. And how the revolt is going to happen? Who are all there in the revolt? So it is in the 17th and the late 18th century. So in those days, the kings will be ruling the France. So what happened to the king? Why the people are revolting against him? So these are all the things we have to see. So when a revolt, if you heard a word, there will be some reason for that revolt. Either their basic rights is taken out from them or their basic needs are not fulfilled. Okay, so these two reasons may be the causes of the main reasons we can say, the causes of the revolt. Once, if you find a cause that there is no basic needs, there is no food, there is no shelter, and there is no right to vote, the basic needs of the people is taken away from them or it is not given to them, there will be the revolt. So these are all one or two reasons we can assume the reasons for the or the causes for the revolt. Can you understand my English? Can you able to follow
Yes,
me?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
If you
Yes,
find
yes, ma'am.
one second, if you find any difficulties, you can stop at the end of the class, or you can WhatsApp me, or you can call me, and you can clear your doubts. Okay. So please try to understand. History is very easy subject. Here you have to understand the concept. So we will go for the PPT now. So in the PPT, there will be here in the French Revolution, the main thing is we are going to see how the French revolutions have been divided. The society of the France is divided. That we are going to see, my dear, first. So that is the first way of how the society of France have been divided. That one we have to see. Just 1 second. I will load that slide for you. See, in between you can take notes. I will send this PPT for you also. Okay, after finishing the class, I will send this PPT for you. You have to see the slides and you can take notes.
Yes, ma'am.
Now mute everyone. See, I think it is visible for everyone. So the French Revolution. So that is they are saying about the ancient rhyme. What is that? So first we have seen that in the French Revolution it is ruled by the 1 second.
Kings.
It is first ruled by the ancient Rhine. Here Rhine means the era. Okay, so the social political system which existed in the most of the Europe during the 18th century. Countries were ruled by absolutism. That means only by the monarch. The monarchy rule. You know what do you mean by monarchy? Single man rule. Okay, so the single man will control the whole government. Okay, so that is a single man rule, and the classes of the people are privileged and unprivileged. Unprivileged, they have to pay the taxes and they are treated badly. Privileged people means that they did not want to pay the taxes, they are treated very royally. Okay, that is the main thing in the France which was surviving. Okay, so this was the main. Can you able to see the slides, dear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
This is an ancient, the T is missing here. This is an ancient rhyme. We can pronounce that the word rhyme. So, before the revolution, what was the real situation in the society? That we have to see. That was taken by the European rule, it was existed, and absolutism was followed. You can write the notes also. Absolutism was followed, where only the monarchy rule was taken over by the government. So the classes of the people was simply divided into privileged and unprivileged. It was divided as privileged and unprivileged. So privileged means they will, they don't want to pay the taxes. They are treated as a royal family. Whereas unprivileged is they want to pay the taxes and they are related to. They are regarding their poor family. They wanted to work hard and they wanted to pay more as a tax. So here we wanted to make a important note that the tax, how the tax has implemented and affected the French society. Okay, so here we have to see the different states. Okay, this was the French lady who was in the royal family who was entering the chariot. These are and all, this is the place of France. It has given in the map, it will be in your book. So, this is the main important thing. Society under the old Rhine. Okay, so what is the old Rhine? We have already seen, that is privileged and unprivileged. So in France, the people in detail, if you see, means it is divided into three estates. If you see superficially, it is privileged and unprivileged. If you see in detail, it is divided into three estates. The society of the France is divided into three estates. First estate, second estate, and third estate. First estate is nothing but high ranking members of church. That means the church people, okay, who are doing works to the God, I mean to the church, to the Jesus. They are considered as a high ranking members. Can you able to follow, my dears?
Yes,
Follow
ma'am.
me.
Yes, ma'am.
Fine.
Yes,
They
ma'am.
are considered as the privileged classes. Okay. So the France, so far what we have seen, the France society was existed as privileged and unprivileged. In detail, if you see, means it is divided into three estates. First estate is the high-fi royal family. They are the richest family. Okay. They will do only the church job. Like that, you have to make it in mind. And they are all privileged. That means they don't want to pay the taxes. That's what we have seen in the previous slide. Second slide also, nobility, those who work for the church people. Okay, they are also under the privileged class. But the third estate, they are all from peasants. Peasants, you know, farmers in the countryside, to wealthy bourgeois merchants in the cities. That means very businessman. Bourgeois people means here civilized businessmen, peasants, farmers, okay, artisans, lawyers, all belong to the third estate. That is unprivileged class. That means they have to pay the tax for the government. That not very low tax, very high tax. That is what the one of the main reason of the French revolutions. So here they can see it is clearly stated. First, population. What are all the privileges, exemptions, what they can't, they don't want to do, that is comes under the exceptions. What is the burden? Burden is for only the third estate. First and second estate will be high royal family, luxurious life, richest people. See, that's what the circa, the population are called as circa only. But they are high ranking clergy. They collected the taiti. You know what is the meaning of taiti? It is, we will see in the NCERT book. Taiti is nothing but the tax, censorship for the press, control of education, all the thing is under their rule only. Kept the records of birth and death, marriage, so everything will be under their hand only. Catholic faith held honored position of being state religion. Okay, so owned 20% of the land. So nearly 20% of the land will be under the population of first estate. Students, can you able to understand what I am telling? Their privileges means they can take over. Okay, exemptions means these are all the things they cannot know, they no need to do. Okay, so that means no need of paying the tax. Okay, subject to church law rather than the civil law. They won't follow the people's law, they will follow only the church law. Okay, then what is their burdens? Burdens means what? Difficulties, moral obligations rather than legal, to assist the poor and needy. That is the main thing. They see, they thought that helping the poor and needy will become a big burden for them. So they are not at all supporting the poor and the needy. They wanted to, their family, their society wanted to be in the luxurious state. They never hear any grievances or any sadness of the third class estate. Okay, and another important thing, they have to support the monarchy. Okay, that is their main work. Second, they are all nobles. What is their own thing? Their work, they have to collect the tax. They wanted to be monopolized in the military and state appointment. Everything is monarchy. They don't want to pay tax. They wanted to support monarchy and old rhyme. And the third estate, nothing privileges, nothing exception. No privilege, no rights is given. Nothing. They have to pay the tax. They have to pay the church tax called as taiti. And the tax on goods they wanted to pay. They wanted to force on the road work. They wanted to have a poll tax. That means the voting tax. They wanted to pay the income tax. They wanted to pay, that is called as Vensmi. They wanted to pay the gabli, salt tax. They wanted to pay the land tax daily. Feudal dues, that means landowners taxes. Every tax they have to pay. Every burden is on the hands of the third estate. Students, can you able to understand this? This is only today we are going to see. We are going to read in our NCERT book also. Those who are having the NCERT book, please open it. Others, please listen. Others, please be in mute, ma.
Karthik G is unmuted now.
If you are unmuting, then it is echoing. I cannot able to take this. That's what I am asking you to mute. Okay. Now we will go and see for the NCERT book. I will show you. It is like story. It is very easy. If you listen, it will be very easy. Please,
For his
I will share. Yes, my dear. What, Ajita Shri?
Ma'am, for history we use new note or we are using for
Already
geography.
you are using geography note, no? Which note you are using? Geography, ma'am's note, and you are using economics in one note. Take another note.
Ma'am, no, ma'am. Economics and geography are we are saying using in same note, ma'am.
That's what I am telling, my dear. Economics and geography in one note, history and civics in another note. Is it clear?
Okay, ma'am.
Ah.
Ma'am.
So this is your French Revolution. What you have seen, what I have explained now, we will be here. See, can you able to see the figure 2, a society of estate? First estate clergy, second estate nobility,
Yes, ma'am.
third estate big businessmen, merchants, court officials, lawyers, peasants, artisans, small peasant, landless labor, servant, all comes under third estate. So this is what we have studied, and we have to go little bit in detail for this. So please listen. I will read and I will stop anywhere and I will ask anyone to read randomly. So please concentrate on the lines where I am reading. Those who are having book, you concentrate in the NCERT book. Those who are not having, please see your display. It is displayed in your gadget. So please listen. In 1774, Louis XVI, please underline, of the Bourbon family of kings ascended the throne of France. So when you are using the NCERT book, you must have a pencil for underlining. So this Louis XVI is he was belonged to Bourbon family and he ascended the throne. So he was only 20 years old and he was married to an Austrian princess of Marie Antoinette. So upon his accession, when he are coming to the throne, he found that the treasure is empty. That means the money, the finance thing is completely empty. Okay, so long years of war reigned. Please underline that. Long years of war. This is what you have to underline. Can you able to see what I am highlighting?
Yes, ma'am.
So long years of war
Yes,
have
ma'am.
drained the financial resources of France. So what happened? There is a long years of war. So automatically the treasure has been empty. And the cost of maintaining an extravagant court, that means it is very, very luxurious like palace. Okay, so cost of maintaining that palace is very, very difficult without the money. Okay, so under Louis XVI, France helped, and what they have done, this king had helped the 13, please underline, he have helped the 13 American colonies.
Sandhya ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, ஒரே ஒரு instruction நான் சொல்லிடுறேன் ma'am.
சொல்லுங்க.
வணக்கம். ஒரு எம்சிக்யூ ஒரு டெஸ்ட் வச்சா இத்தனை பேர் இருக்கீங்க, ஏன் எழுத மாட்டேங்கிறீங்க? உங்ககிட்ட புஷ் பண்ணி வாங்க முடியல என்னால. 66 பேர் தான் எம்சிக்யூ எழுதியிருக்கா. உங்களுக்கு மணி 10 ஆனாலும் நீங்க எழுத மாட்டீங்களா? எம்சிக்யூன்னு சொல்லிட்டு ஒரு டைம் கொடுத்திருக்காங்களா இல்லையா? உனக்கு அறிவு இருந்தா இந்த டைம்ல நம்ம எழுதணும்னு சொல்லி உனக்கு என்ன வராது? நீ 9வது படிக்கிற பையனாடா? பொண்ணுங்க அதுக்கு மேல இருக்கீங்க. எனக்கு தெரியாது, இந்த கிளாஸ் முடிஞ்சிட்டு அதுக்கப்புறம் உங்களுக்கு டைம் இருக்கும் இல்லையா, அதுக்குள்ள எனக்கு எழுதி காட்டணும். பாத்துக்கோ, எழுதல அப்படின்னா மேம் இன்னைக்கு எல்லாத்துலயும் ஆப்ஷன் போட்டலாங்க மேம். இவங்க கிட்ட பெரிய இதா இருக்கு. ஒவ்வொரு நாளும் இதேதான், இப்படியே போராடி அவங்ககிட்ட வாங்க வேண்டியதா இருக்கு என்னால.